Hello and welcome back. I'm teacher Richard from London Centre in Nontabry. This video is going to address how you should respond to an Ielts Part 1 question. So the first part of the Ielts speaking test is Part 1. And they're usually familiar type questions, topics that you should be familiar with, like family, hobbies, hometown, movies, school, TV, and work. That's just to name a few. And they're usually asked in the present tense. So there are three parts to IELTS speaking. Part 1 is probably the easiest part, and it's in the present tense. Part 2 is the long term, where you have to speak for 2 minutes, and that there are many questions using the past tense. And part 3 is a two-way discussion where you would have to use maybe the future tense as well. So the IELTS speaking covers all the tenses so they can test your English proficiency. Okay, so IELTS speaking part 1, familiar type questions, usually in the present tense. Questions like, okay, do you like to play sport? How often do you go to the cinema? Tell me something about your family. So these are questions regarding what's happening in your life right now. So how do we answer an IELTS speaking part 1 question? Well, we have some basic rules. We have like general do's and don'ts. We should make eye contact with the examiner. So we don't want to be like, like look around the room. We want to kind of stay focused. We don't want to stare at the examiner, but we want to kind of make eye contact for most of the brief period that we're doing the speaking test for. As well as that, we need to give a fully supported answer. Now, if you can remember this acronym, REDS, R-E-D-S. So R for reason or reasons, E for examples, D for details, and S for speculate. So think about the question, do you like to play sport? Then you're going to answer the question initially. Maybe you're going to say yes or no, and then you need to support that with reasons and examples. Reasons why you like playing sport, and examples of playing sport, maybe from your own experience or something else. Okay, so we need to make contact with the examiner. We need to give a fully supported answer. It's a test of English proficiency. If you give short answers, then your response can't really be graded that well. Okay, don't. Okay, as I've said before, don't look around the room. Try to remain calm and appear confident, even though on the test day, you're probably not going to be confident. Make eye contact with the examiner. Don't give a one-word answer like yes or no. Don't give a short answer. So if the question is, do you like sport? You should not say, yes, I do. You should not say yes, you should not say no. Okay, these are going to be very low scoring responses. The next point is try not to repeat the question. So if the question again is, do you like sport? We would not repeat the question. And I know it's kind of a habit, so repeating the question would be, yes, I like to play sport. We should try to avoid doing that. There's no benefit. You're not going to get a high scoring mark by copying the question. Hesitation, silent periods. Okay, we understand that the test can be nerve-wracking, and that may affect the way that you normally respond. Try to keep talking. You can use some fillers if you really can't think of anything to say. And the last point is don't memorize answers. There are many IELTS speaking part 1 questions on the internet, on YouTube, and they have like sample answers. Don't try and memorize those answers. You know, speak from yourself in a natural manner, because the examiner will know. The examiner will know if it's a memorized answer because it sounds different. It won't sound as fluent as a natural answer. Okay, so let's look at a typical question. Hometown's a very popular topic, comes up quite often. Is your hometown a good place to live? So if we go to the don't side first, we should not say yes, we should not say yes it is, and again copying the question, my hometown is a good place to live. These are going to be very low scoring responses. So what we should do is a fully supported answer. Okay, I've got a sample answer here. Okay, so question, is your hometown a good place to live? Fully supported answer, around about no more than 20 seconds to give you a response. Okay, so, well, I come from a small village called Burbage, which is situated in rural England. The most enjoyable aspect about living there is the friendliness of the locals. Many villagers will go out of their way to make you feel welcome. As well as that, it's set in rolling countryside, making it a quiet and relaxing place to live. I really love my hometown. Or something similar. You know, I'm talking about where I came from, which is a village, and it's a real village in central England. And I was born and bred in this village. And many generations of families have lived there. Right, so just to summarize, IELTS speaking part 1, try to stay relaxed and answer the questions in a natural manner. Don't try to overcomplicate your responses. Don't try to be too clever. You know, you might end up saying something that's grammatically incorrect. Try not to repeat the question. So we have a question, we would think about using similar meaning words, paraphrasing it, or really going into something quite new. As an example, if I go back to this question, do you like sport? So a do you question, we're going to have like a yes or a no answer. So do you like sport? Yes, I really love football. Because it's the national sport of my country. You know, I'd start off like that, and then I'd probably go into some examples about meeting my friends at the weekend and, you know, having fun after the football match. Use basic and more complex vocabulary. So don't repeat the same vocabulary like I like football and volleyball and basketball. Mix up your vocabulary. We will look at use of vocabulary in a later video. Today's just about the, okay, how long should I speak for, and the basics, the building blocks of answering the question. Don't speak too short or too long. We've gone over this. No short answers, no one-word answers. However, if you keep speaking and speaking, the examiner will eventually, you know, cut you off and go into the next question. So it's better to speak too long than for too short, but around about 20 seconds to complete your response. So remember, as basic, the acronym REDS, reasons, examples, details. If the question is about your hometown, for example, can you describe your hometown? You would use details. You know, what kind of an area is your hometown? Where is it located? What do people do there? Maybe what's the population? So details. And then the last one is speculate. Speculate is to talk about what could, should, or might happen in the future. I like that. Okay, so this is a short video. It's a foundation video on IELTS speaking part 1. Further videos will follow regarding grammar, vocabulary, fluency, more detailed responses really. But for now, it's just the foundation, the base. Okay, the base of how we should answer a speaking part 1 question. So thank you very much for watching. If you want to contact myself or my school, you can contact us via email. You can go to the website. We have presence on Facebook. You can call us or you can contact me by line. Well, great. So thank you very much. I'm Teacher Richard, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you very much.